It's a little windy out today, but I had intended to do the 3,000 mile review, and I realized I have 3,810 miles on the Rivian R1T. And since then, I have driven it all over, many different states, just kind of all around. And I realized that I'm an early adopter of the Rivian R1T, and so there are some kind of challenges and early adopter items that I realize you have to get over as kind of being a beta tester. I have loaded the truck up with mulch. I've taken it to a flip property. I have gone to the landfill. I have loaded wood fence pickets in the truck. I've put bags of concrete. I've gone to dozens of trips to Home Depot, one to Lowe's. I've hauled tools inside and out. I'm talking the front, I'm talking the gear tunnel, I'm talking the back of the truck. I've towed, I have spilled an energy drink on the inside, and I was really surprised by how it actually worked and didn't work, and what failed and what worked. I've dropped my key fob I don't know how many times. I've punctured the tire. I've used the onboard air compressor. I have also basically used the power outlets in multiple different settings and really seen what works and what doesn't work. And I wanted to share this with you. I've been super excited. I've been posting as much as I can about the Rivian R1T. I ordered it 3 years ago, you guys. I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, you buy a vehicle, sight unseen, you've never driven it, you don't know what the build quality is. It's been 3,810 miles, and I wanted to kind of give you an update. I'm gonna continue to give you updates. Just let me know if you like them or not. But how the truck is holding up, kind of this long-term durability test, if you will, of the truck itself. The truck itself, I'm gonna be honest, the build quality is pretty darn good. I live in Florida, and sometimes we get these kind of torrential downpours where it just rains and just does not stop raining for a day or 2 days. And you know, this is an expensive truck, so the bar is set a little bit higher for this truck. I'm holding it to a little bit higher standards. And what I really like about the truck is it has power. It goes 0 to 60 really fast. It has ground clearance, which, you know, that's pretty awesome. And the size of the truck, it's a good sized truck. I love that it doesn't have a differential down here. So you have a great clearance when you're trying to go over different items. That's just, you know, not a lot of people actually look at that. Not a lot of people think about that. And yes, I did this today. You see that right there? You see that scratch? Oh, I'm so sad. So mad at myself. But, you know, honestly, things happen. Inevitably, it's bound to happen. But guys, the build quality on this truck, it's been 3,810 miles. It is a very good build quality. Don't get me wrong, there are some items that could be addressed, could be updated, could be fixed. But this is a first generation vehicle. And for a first generation vehicle, I'm really proud of Rivian. Yeah, I'm a brand ambassador here. I mean, I am here. I want people to buy their trucks. I want them to pre-order. I want them to sell more. I have owned previous vehicles. I've owned a Tesla, and it was decent, but I mean, even today, many years later, Tesla still has so many problems. And I'm really proud of these guys. They've done a really good job. You take a look at the cracks in the door here. The alignment, they're pretty good. I mean, yeah, here and there you might have a few panel gaps, but they're very minor. In fact, they put this kind of PPF material. It's starting to collect a little dirt in there, but I mean, no big deal. Inevitably, that's going to happen. You're going to get dirt. It needs to be cleaned out. But I've taken this truck on long road trips, and I think one of the big items you have to think about on long road trips is you have to plan ahead. If you don't plan ahead for long road trips on an electric vehicle, it's kind of a doozy. And yeah, that range anxiety, I'm telling you, it's real. If you don't plan ahead and you're coming to a couple miles left range, you start to wonder, you know, what's plan B? Plan B could be good, it could be bad. I've also made videos filling the front with ice. I've compared it to a Yeti. Obviously, the front of the truck, here, let's take a look in there right now. The front of the truck, it's not a cooler, but if you're going on a road trip and you're trying to get some ice, then, you know, trying to cool something down, it makes sense. I'm sorry for those bugs in the background. Florida, we got these bugs in the trees that make these noises. All right, so I got some tools in here. That's what I have today. I used to keep my tools in the gear tunnel back there, but it's just kind of inconvenient because my bags of tools would stack up on top of each other. So again, that was just kind of inconvenient there. I've made videos about the charging time and how much they cost. And, you know, charging here at my house is different than a charger that would be, you know, commercial charger, for example. I've done videos about Sasquatch mode and people walking around the vehicle. I've done video about the software updates. And I turn off the air conditioning so when we get inside, hopefully we don't hear those bugs anymore. Oh yeah, those bugs are gone. Let me put my foot down here. Kind of turns the vehicle on. There's no on button inside here, so that's how you turn on the vehicle. Software update, one of the really cool software updates I really liked, it was the pet mode. So basically when you're not in the vehicle, I know you guys, I'm aware Tesla has this, but you can put this pet mode on, turn it on, and your pet can stay in the vehicle. You can get out, walk around. I wouldn't really recommend for a long period of time, but if you're just running in for a quick trip, then coming back, then I think that's cool. Another update I really liked during the update was, let's see if I can find it here, this illumination setting. I really like this illumination setting, and I didn't realize. So the door panels, you're not going to be able to see it right now. All right, that air conditioning is getting a little loud. The air conditioning, it's loud, and then the fan itself, oh wait, do I have to turn it off up here? All right, so I turned off the pet mode, so it wouldn't allow me to turn it off. The fan itself is loud, but this new update allows for this kind of lighting in the door panels and down below. It's really nice. I know a lot of other vehicles already do that, but you know, that's to be expected. There were a few minor inconveniences that I felt that were important enough for me to address in this kind of review here, and those are as follow. I just really feel like I need to share these items with you so you're aware, but you can't drive the truck when the door is open. And yeah, I mean, who wants to drive with the door open? I get it. It doesn't quite make sense. But let's say you're trying to back up and you're trying to look at the line right here, right next to you, where you might not be able to see with the camera or with the bird eye. Maybe you're trying to see something that's outside. For example, you ever back up to a trailer? You get out, you look, you're close, you get out, you look again. Well, I have done towing with this truck, and towing, the cameras are really nice on the truck itself. When they're backing up, they're very handy to have, but sometimes having the door open when you're backing up, it's convenient. And when you have the door open here or even cracked open, it won't allow you to drive. It's just kind of an inconvenient. Another thing is, when I took delivery from day number 1, there was a slight misalignment. And I don't know if it was the tires, I don't know what it was, I'm not a mechanic here, but the truck itself tends to pull to the right just a little bit. And through the app, I made an appointment. They gave me a call maybe a month ago at this point, and really nothing has happened. So I'm really not sure what to do other than continue to drive the vehicle as it's misaligned. Another item was the air conditioning vents. Most of the vents in the front, they work really well, but I have this one vent right over here. This one vent consistently points over here, and with the new software update, I thought it would be fixed, and they fixed it, but now it points down over here, and it's just really inconvenient. When you're in Florida, air conditioning is really important in your vehicle and in your house. So gosh, I just really wish they would get that fixed. I can't manually push that. I don't want to break a motor or break some plastic inside there, so I'm kind of at their mercy, because the system itself for the air conditioned vents, you push a little button on the screen. Here, let's take a look at it. So let's go ahead and turn this on. All right, if you look down here, I'm going to move the vents with my finger. So you move it on the screen and automatically they move back and forth. One thing that's kind of irritating to me is I learn my face as I'm driving is probably about right there. But sometimes on the software it's here, sometimes I have to move it down here in order for it to really shoot my face. You know, and I really like that air conditioning to blast in my face as I get into the really hot vehicle. Now, this is the vent I was complaining about. No matter where I would move it, it just didn't seem to update. It didn't seem to move. And let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and move that. You watch this here for a second. My right hand over here is moving the vent. Is it moving? Left and right? It goes up and down. That's great. To the right, to the left. Now slide. Yeah, so, you know, it's just an inconvenience to have that. It doesn't point to me. It's not really a big deal, but usually when the air conditioning is on in the back seat, my son really likes to have the cold air. So I will turn off the vents in the front to really force more air in the back. And that's one of the vents I turn off quickly because, well, it's not working. So just kind of a minor inconvenience. Okay, they have this feature called Driver Plus. I didn't really know what to call it for the longest time. I didn't know whether I should call it autopilot, lane keep, lane assist, adaptive cruise control. I wasn't really sure, but you know, Rivian has their name. It's called Driver Plus. And it works most of the time. And it almost works all of the time on the highway. And there are some instances where I'm driving down the road and all of a sudden alarms are going off and it says take control. I'm looking up like, what is happening here? I don't understand why I'm having to take control, but normally I always have my hand on the wheel, no matter if I'm driving or if it's in the Driver Plus mode. And so I don't understand why these alarms are going off and I have to like freak out, take control. And so I was able to capture that one day. So it just keeps going off. And on a highway, it's really kind of annoying. And when you're driving in the city, forget about it. You're not gonna have the Driver Plus, the lane keep, lane assist, none of that's gonna work. So on some of these other vehicles, they are able to use the cameras to see the lines. That's convenient, but in the Rivian, not so much. Another minor inconvenience is this key fob. I click it and I wait 5 seconds. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My gosh, is this gonna open up? My hands are full. I'm waiting for it to, oh, there it is. And so many times I thought it was just me being impatient. And well, I captured it on camera once upon a time. I'm not sure if I can find the clip, but yeah, I counted 5 seconds. I couldn't believe how long it actually took for the key fob to unlock the door. Now, I think it has to do with maybe it's in sleeping mode or not sleeping mode. You know, if I've been at the truck and I come back to the truck and I leave and I come back within a couple of minutes, the truck is very responsive. But if I leave for, say, an hour, I think maybe the truck goes to sleep and it says, hey, this guy's not gonna come back, and well, let's go ahead and sleep, and if he comes back, we'll give him a 5-second timeout or something like that. The doors, I think it's a good feature. I might be able to adjust this, but they automatically lock. Yeah, that's a handy feature, but if you're working in a house and you're walking around and you come back, literally the door handles are sticking out. The door's unlocked, but the front, you click the button and it won't open. You try to open the tailgate by pushing the button, or the tonneau cover, the automatic tonneau cover. Nope, you gotta unlock the truck or open a door, and keep in mind the door handles are already open. You have to open the door, and then the other items will allow you to open it, meaning the tonneau cover and the tailgate. So it's just kind of silly, you know. Maybe it's a feature I can change. It's just me as an operator. I haven't really optimized for that, but I can. I don't think that that's too big of a deal, but I saw someone else complain about that in a video and I thought, this guy. But then here I am walking around the vehicle, and I have so many people come up to me, and I don't know, I give so many like miniature tours of my truck, and I love to show it off. I love to show them the frunk and the gear tunnel and the tonneau, and it's kind of embarrassing. I'm like, oh, excuse me real fast, I gotta like unlock my truck. Yeah, I know we're walking around it, and it kind of sometimes detects me and sometimes doesn't detect me. So it's just one of those things. I don't know, maybe I'm just being a little complaining too much. I'm just trying to let you know what I'm seeing and what to expect. Now, the driver's side gear tunnel, it has a button right on top, and sometimes I push it once, sometimes I push it twice, sometimes I push and hold it and it just won't open. I did bring this to Rivian's attention, and they said that is a known issue. To me, it's a circuit board with a button, and it probably comes down to their firmware. Maybe they have some issues with their firmware not working. Another item is there's this automatic windshield wiper mode, and obviously it automatically detects when the rain's here and it turns on and goes. But I don't actually have the automatic mode turned on, because every time I get in the truck, I push the brake to turn it on, you know, to let the truck know, hey, I'm here, let's go somewhere. The windshield wipers, they turn on, and I'm like, gosh, it's the middle of the day, it's 100 degrees out here in Florida, and now my windshield wiper's going off. Maybe it's just trying to clear the debris, but it's every time I get into the vehicle, it's pretty repetitive, and it's just kind of silly. The front passenger door is hard to close, and I thought it was just me, but I had other people coming, and it just takes a little bit more force to push it, and I have to tell my passenger, hey, your door's not closed. You want to go ahead and close it? And so then they have to do kind of a double close, which is kind of silly. Now, if you've ever been on a cruise ship, you know, after you get off the cruise ship, you're walking and you just kind of feel this kind of discombobulated. Your head is just, your equilibrium's off a little bit. Well, picture this. You're sitting at a stoplight and the truck just starts kind of reconfiguring the air suspension. Yeah, that happens very frequently, and it's kind of discombobulating where you're sitting there, you're just kind of checking things out, listening to music, and now you're moving and you're like, is someone hitting me? What's happening? So I don't know what's happening there. I've seen in other videos people reporting this as well, and I thought, wow, I thought I'd make you aware of that. I thought that that is interesting. Maybe you would be interested to learn about that. If you know that, you know, it's an air suspension, so that's to be expected. But at the same time, gosh, every stoplight or every other stoplight, it seems to be kind of silly goose. And then finally, the vehicle is very quiet. Like, you know, it's electric vehicle, so it's not really ever on. The one thing that is on, at least right now in Florida, is the air conditioning. So as I am sitting inside the vehicle, I have the air conditioning turned on. And when you go outside, you definitely know it's on because you can hear the motor. Maybe it's the fan, I'm not sure the whole configuration, but it's loud. I mean, you'll be walking down the parking lot and you know when your vehicle's on or not on because you'll hear the fan shh, just kind of making noise. Now, I gotta tell you guys some of the items I really love about the Rivian truck. Here we go. The gear tunnel. I absolutely love the gear tunnel. There's a left side and a right side, and I love that there's a button on both that I can open it up. I have some camping chairs that I bought at Walmart, and I store a couple of them right on the driver's side, or on the passenger side. It's just so convenient. And for the longest time, on the driver's side, I had my hand tools because I access them quite frequently. And it's just so convenient that it's not inside the vehicle, it's not in the truck bed, it's not in the front, but that gear tunnel, I didn't realize how much I would actually use it and how much I would really love it. I thought it was just kind of a, cool feature. But seriously, it is a really cool feature, especially if you get, you know, items kind of a little bit larger, maybe some groceries even. You can throw them in there, pop the door open, stand up. You can actually use the door itself. It can hold 250 pounds. So if you have to access the top of the truck itself, popping that open is no problem. In fact, I did it when I hand washed the truck and it was very convenient. Another thing I was able to put in here are golf clubs. You can put 2 sets of golf clubs in the gear tunnel, no problem. And the great thing is it has 2 different doors, so you can slide it in on one side, go to the other side where the handle is, and pull it right out. So it's really convenient. The acceleration, I mean, it's an electric vehicle. Who doesn't love the acceleration in any electric vehicle? Rivian, you got that one right. I'm really proud of you guys. It's really fast. In fact, it's so fast, I very rarely push it very hard because it almost gives me an anxiety when I push really hard. I'm like, gosh, I really need to focus and make sure that I'm in control. So it's fast, and that's really a cool thing about electric vehicles. If you've never driven in an electric vehicle to see how fast they are, you will be blown away. Road noise. So you're sitting in an electric vehicle and it's quiet. I mean, you can hear noise, you can hear people talking outside, and the road noise, I can't believe it. I have 20-inch wheels with all-terrain tires. You would think that those gnarly, nubby tires would be really loud, and they are. But inside the vehicle, it's not very loud at all. So I think they did a great job with minimizing the road noise from outside. And I do plan to make future videos. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please, you know, subscribe. I'm going to talk about I'm going to do more reviews in the future. So we're at 3,810 miles. I'm going to continue doing reviews and kind of reporting back on how the vehicle is running. Like I said earlier, it's kind of a long-term duration test. And if you want to keep up on that, subscribe and I'll keep sharing details with you. And if you liked it, you know, go ahead and share this with a friend. I'd be happy if, you know, you shared it with a friend, and I think that would be really fun. I have also gotten access to a Ford Lightning. Yeah, so that's another electric truck, and I have some more fun videos that I'm going to bring to you talking about the Ford Lightning and comparing the two trucks, and I think you might enjoy those. If you think so, stay tuned and we'll talk to you later.